some of our new drones that we made, because drones could be bought off shelves, but we are trying to customize what is useful to Nigeria in the areas of drone. We also have our nano satellite, which we couldn't send to orbit just because you don't have the right money to put your satellite in orbit, because that is one expensive venture. Apart from that, sir, we have, when you were mentioning some of the achievement of the science and technology the last time, then you were able to mention some of the memos. Last year, we had our memos on broadband, which was approved by the Federal Executive Council, on broadband, museum, and planetarium, sir. We also developed surveillance system for maritime authority. And I think the MD, when he was reporting last year, was able to identify the money that NASDAQ saved with them, with the surveillance authority. Now, we also...
What are you generating?
Because
you can't do that and just leave it without getting something from them.
Yes, sir. Okay, this is what we did, sir. They were used to the manual means of getting this information. Now, apart from the one we did with the Nigerian Navy to provide them additional information on what they are doing, we also presented to them so that they juxtapose what they were able to do manually and what we are able to do. And now we have signed MOU. That is what is now taking us to the area of how much is coming to the space agency. Because you need experts to sit down to say, okay, this is what we are bringing in. So we have demonstrated, because in the last 20 years, we've been demonstrating to the world what it can do. Whether we are coming in as support system or we are coming in as a technology that you can leverage on for the safety of this country, just like we do with the military.
All the issues that you have said today, and the capable chairman we have here, that we will sit back. This is not just Ministry of Science and Technology. They have put innovation. So you have your part to do. We cannot continue to do one thing every time and just be talking about funding. We must show capacity to innovate. Innovate is development, changes. I don't see how a ministry like this can grow if research and development is not funded. Definitely there's no way. We will do our part, but it will start from you. Our duty is to oversight and hold you accountable, but anything that is within the budget. You complained about somebody taking money from research and putting in constituency project. I think if I am in the committee and being an engineer and the background I come from, I don't think you experience such a thing in the 10th Senate and in this committee, where funds required for research will be moved. Then it means we don't want you to progress. We don't want you to make progress. But what I'm just encouraging us is, what you have demonstrated today, let it not be a show to the Senate. Let it be the way you carry your responsibilities in your offices. I am impressed, and I'm sure every member of this team within this side is also impressed with the way you came and comported yourself. Let us move together forward. I can assure you we will give you all the support that is required so that our science and technology can actually move forward. Thank you very much.
That this ministry is a very important ministry. Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation. So what you do will, to a great extent, show the capacity of this country in terms of doing a number of things. And because most of your agencies are research-based agencies, people will be looking out to see the application of the things you have developed through research that will help us to develop the country and build capacity. You know, like the last speaker said, the PAMSEC complained about money, non-payment of entitlements of people who have even died. You know, I think your work is much more serious than that. Most agencies of government will have the same complaint you have about money. So you do not allow money to be a constraint that will prevent you from being resourceful. People can develop ideas and make them available in a manner that they can be used to produce a number of things which will aid the country in the area of building capacity. On the issue of using money for constituency projects, I don't think a senator or a House of Rep member can go and divert money sent to the agencies in the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation if the funds are meant for research. Constituency project is distinct from the operations of the agencies of this government, unless a lawmaker domiciles his constituency project in your ministry. That's the only way they can come and say, I put this project here for my constituency under my entitlement. This money should be used to do what I have deployed it to your ministry for, or your agency. So if there is a diversion of research fund in any agency, the heads of those agencies will be held accountable, because no lawmaker is entitled to come and divert your funds already provided for you in the budget line.
Pfizer, the famous drug producer in the US, committed $11.4 billion in 2022 on research and development alone. Pfizer, just one company. We are not talking about Nigeria, a nation yearning for development. Here we are, committing paltry sum on research and development. Because after research and development, innovation now comes up, and then you go to trials, and then, patenting and all of that. So I believe we have a big problem here, Mr. Chairman. We will have to look into this issue of funding. But having said that, I think it is also important for the other side, that's the ministry, to look through their programs, prioritize them, take them in order of priority so that the most critical will be properly funded. I believe from this side, we are committed, and with the leadership of the committee, we'll do the needful to ensure that all critical and prioritized projects are properly funded. I don't want to go into the argument of the constituency issue and all of that. I think that's a talk for another day, and it's on the forum. But having said that, I think it is important for us to really work together and create that synergy so that we can be able to have something we can look back to say, yes, we're able to achieve this. Looking through the disposition list submitted by the agency, I would have expected a summary outlining the ratio of scientists, technical staff versus admin staff. Oftentimes, we tend to overbloat our personnel cost with non-essential staff. The agency in question should have more scientists, more engineers than I have nothing against the supporting staff, but I want us to be focused. I want us to have a balance so that we can have more scientists engaged in research than more administrative officers or non-scientific officers, overbloating the workforce. Mr. Chair, I think it is important for the agency to submit to the committee the summary of the disposition list vis-a-vis the scientific officers and the non-scientific officers. I think that's an important area that will help us in addressing the issue of funding.
Science and Technology is one of the parastatals under the Federal Ministry of Science and Tech and Innovation, and is expected to carry out high-tech research activities in the areas of nuclear technology, biotechnology, mathematics and simulation, physics, chemistry. Over the years, we have been able to make some landmark discoveries. One of the things is that we've been able to, in the laboratory, we've been able to find a cure for epilepsy, which we have on record. We've also been able to find from waste a product that can be used to cure cancer, particularly breast cancer. We have also been able to, because some time ago, the then Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation gave us a mandate to produce a speed limiter. And we've been able to produce a speed limiter that is not just to regulate the speed, but we'll be able to play back what transpired while the driver drives the vehicle along the road. It may be necessary for me to state that we are a research institute. We are supposed just to get results and allow others to take up what the result of our research work. And we are seriously collaborating with Raw Material Research and Development Council, and they've taken up some of our research results and tried to develop pilot plants. And one of such is the talc that is used, the pharmaceutical talc. They've established a pilot plant for it along the airport road. So they've taken up that, and there are others they've also taken, which I don't need to enumerate here since we are going to meet the committee later on. Then, our problem. Shesco is located about 73 kilometers away from the center, and on a vast land of 400 hectares. We have a nuclear facility there, a gamma radiation facility, but the place is almost not fenced, so there's security risk there. Last year, this year, the Ministry of Finance was able to give us some intervention fund to start the fencing. We have just started the fencing. The perimeter is about 10 kilometers, and we have just been able to fence 3 kilometers. So you can imagine the exposure is still there. And then one other issue is considering the location. We generate our own power. We use generator. Though recently we have some solar installations that we use as backup, but ordinarily we run the place on generator. And we all know the price of diesel right now. Almost on daily basis, we spend about 200 liters of diesel. So that can tell you how much we spend, and we run the gen at least for 6 hours every day. Then on the budget, my colleague said a lot about the budget, but the only thing I would add here is that often what we have is just like you want to buy a pressure cooker, and you'd say this is the amount that will help you to buy a pressure cooker. And then you are giving amount enough to buy the cooker without the cover. Definitely you don't have a pressure cooker. So the amount is so small that at the end of the day, because you need to attend to others, you end up just buying the cooker without the cover, and at the end of the day, you cannot use it. Or even if you are using it, you cannot achieve the main purpose for which you bought the cooker. And then, finally, I would say that the enveloping system is quite nice, but if you are given an envelope and it is fully funded, that's another thing. At times, quite all right, in the last 2 years, we have been having full funding, but in some other years, you discover that you may have the fund and not released.
We are an agency of almost 3,900 staff, and then 60%, as you mentioned, is supporting staff, while 40% is the scientific officers. However, I would like to commend the previous government and the government of APC that the agency started receiving research grant in the year 2016. So the research grant that we've started receiving has helped us a lot to do the little that we can do. And I would like to say that we have collaborations with international partners and national agencies here in Nigeria. And we have achieved quite a lot in the area of agriculture, where we have released BT cowpea here in the country. And this has helped a lot in eradicating hunger and in eradicating malnutrition in the country. And we have launched this BT cowpea after years of research in Kano. And this has led to the availability and accessibility and abundance of this cowpea, which in local name it called beans. Also, very soon, with this collaboration, we are going to release maize. And this maize is going to help in the development of our nation, is going to help in the feed and food sector of the economy, and also in the nutrition sector of the economy. This is a maize that is resistant to drought, and also it is a maize that is resistant to pest attack. So this is a very, very good achievement in the area of agriculture and food supply chain in the country. We have also, in collaboration with other institutions, released BT cotton. And Mr. Chairman will believe me if I say that a lot has been now changing in the area of cotton in the country. A lot of comatose industries have started to come back as a result of this BT cotton. I used to host the Nigerian Cotton Association, Farmers Association, and they are looking for more breed. So if we can get more funding, definitely a lot could be done in that area. And we have also produced biodigesters that can produce gas that can be used for cooking, for heating, for generating electricity, and what have you. And this is something that we should be proud of as a country. And this is what is being produced here in this Nigeria and in NAFDA, and with locally sourced materials. Also, we have developed test kits. Just 2 weeks ago, I have submitted the sample of the test kit to the Honorable Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, and is receiving attention. This test kit can be able to test for COVID. And this technology is what we are proud to say we have. As a result, we can produce now more and more different types of test kits that can be produced in the country. Mr. Chairman, sir, We have quite a lot that is in the pipeline that we have drafted as our agenda to move the country forward as a result of our research and development. Part of it is genetic transformation of Nigerian cattle breed, where we are working to improve on meat and milk production. Remember, the milk that we can be able to, our cattle, indigenous cattle, can be able to produce about 1 to 2 liters per cow per day. But our aim is to produce at least 10 to 15 liters per cow per day using genetic transformation program. And we have started, we have inseminated some of our local cattle breed with a cattle breed that is obtained from our sister country, that is Jalarando, and we have had the first offspring that we are now taking care of. And then we have a second round, we are having a second round by the end of this year to produce another set of first, and then we go for the first generation to continue on improvement of this new breed of cattle. Also, Mr. Chairman, we have a research that is ongoing on the herbicide-tolerant soybean. Soybean is a crop that is having a very big value chain that can transform the economy of the country. And we have this research that is ongoing in NAFDA in collaboration with Michigan State University and some other institutions. And also, Mr. Chairman, we have research that is ongoing to produce local technologies that we can produce vaccine in the country. The work is ongoing. I have briefed the Honorable Minister, and we are looking for funding to see how we can drive further to develop indigenous technology for vaccine production in the country. We have a research that is ongoing also for the DNA fingerprinting in the country, where we can digitalize everything, and then we can have the DNA of each and every person in the country. Mr. Chairman, these are just a few researches that are ongoing in National Biotechnology Development Agency. And what we need is the support that we can drive all these, what we are doing, so that we can now transform the country using biotechnology to be more productive, to be producing what it needs, and to cut off the dollar that we spend in importing all these products. These are only few, but there are many more that are ongoing. Yes, it is true, we have very, very meager amount for carrying out research, but we are struggling to do, and we have struggled to do these that I've mentioned, and we are struggling to do more and to produce more. So we need support.
The major reason why we are where we are as a nation is that we don't believe in ourselves. Everything import. Everything import. That's why we are where we are. When we agree that our own people in this country, who are called scientists, who go out to shine, when we agree that we can do it here, and we believe in ourselves that let them do it, let them kill us, we will move forward. My agency is responsible for research for development. You can say, I'm not saying research and development. Research for development of natural medicines. Anything that is artificial, we are not for it. Anything that is chemical, anything synthetic, we are not for it. We are for natural things. Many of you travel abroad. When you travel, you go to shops, they say organic. You see the cost of those organic things is 10 times more than the other ones. The other ones are responsible for cancer. People are running from it and going to the organic. The organic is called natural. Now, many of us who are seated here know that in Most people in this country cannot go to hospital. They don't go. Over 100 million Nigerians don't have access to hospital where Western-trained medical doctors and Western-trained pharmacists like me are found. It is those of us in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, we are the one buying all these synthetic drugs from our hospitals. Our people in the village, when they are sick, they will go and cut leaves. They will go and break bark of plants. They will squeeze it inside water. They will drink. Their sickness will go. They will live for 110 years. Those of us inside town will be dying at 50 and 60 years. It is because they are using natural products. So this agency is the only one that this country, through this National Assembly, passed law, and Mr. President signed in 2019, that look, go and ensure that natural medicine, our products from natural products are available in our country. That is by law. So we exist by law. to now work, the things that you are not supposed to use to do the work is not there. Me, I've been a researcher for 20 years. And all my research has been in Ministry of Health. Is this year that Science and Technology employed me to come and be DG of a research institute in Science and Tech. Everything is different. We were complaining on money in health. I did not know that there's somewhere that's even worse than health. I never knew. Here, I personally went to Mr. Kabwezi of budget. He's a DG, I'm a DG, but I went to wait for him for 4 hours. I waited for 4 hours. And when I saw him and I told him, he said, see, go back. Go and meet your minister and PAMSEC. There's something called envelope. When we give them, they will share your own for you. No country develops like that. No. So, sir, funding, I won't talk about it. That one is a constant. But what I'm talking about is, when I'm pleading that the way Mr. President and FCT Minister currently did something, sorry, the way they did something and they gave exception, I'm seeking for exception. When you give us money, please give us 1 year exception, not to give the money to contractors. Let the staff, the researchers, use the money to do this. Because when we travel abroad to work in laboratories, contractors don't tell us to work. Whatever we want, we write it, it goes straight to the company. Companies supply the chemicals. When we were in secondary school, there's something called disadvantages of middlemen. So the contract, so I'm sorry, that I'm not against contract. That's why I'm looking for just 1 year. Just give me 1 year. No contract.
Minister is listening.
When you give us that money, the researchers which you have employed, who you are paying them salary to do the work, but which you say no, they cannot do, that way they cannot handle the money, and that when they die, where will the money come from? And you would prefer to give company. The money that returns to government is about 50% of what they have given to you to do the research. About 50% of the money returns. So when we do this for 1 year and we cannot do what we say we'll do, sack me. Please sack me. So that is my first plea. Number 2, the people who do research are called doctoral degree holders. The kind of research we do for innovation, for you to do that research, you must have a PhD. That is why PhD is called doctoral degree. No matter how intelligent you are, if you don't have a PhD, you are not ready for research yet. I have 135 staff. 52 of them are researchers. 4 have PhD. How will we go do research? How will we go do research? I am asking, 1 year exemption. Allow us to employ PhD holders. If you want to give us candidates, give us PhD holders. Then we will do research. Now, I have said only 2 things, so that it will not be too many things I requested. But let me tell you what I came here with. Today, I came here with medicine for malaria, 100% organic. Emeka, show them. Today, sir, anybody who is a man and is seated here, and is up to 40 years, you know you are having problem. Yes, your sexual drive is reducing. Many of you hide and be buying Viagra. You be buying Vigor. Our own, from natural medicine, our own is 100%. Show them. Don't give anybody. Don't give until they give me money. Number three, sir. Hypertension. I came here with it. Mosquito. You see, we are spending a lot of money in buying mosquito insecticide-treated bed nets. Okay, I can be showing you one by one. Give me. See, sir, we spend a lot on insecticide-treated mosquito nets. From abroad, I mean. We have our own, from our own plants that we can use in this country. Finally, sir. Finally, my chairman, sir. These products I have mentioned here, I already have NAFDAC numbers for them to tell you how serious we are. We submitted them. We are a government agency, but we did not say because we are government, leave us. No, we said we will subject ourselves to scrutiny by our peer groups. And the scrutiny, and they took our products to their labs and certified and gave us and they gave us NAFDAC listing registration. Now, currently, to do our clinical studies, we use particular places in the country. And I'm mentioning Enugu because my minister is from Enugu. And this every month for the past 3 months, my staff, they eat this egg. Yes, we use 100% our medicinal plants to feed to produce this egg. This our egg is called medicinal egg. And open it now. I will not tell. The reason is that we are now, when I became DG, I banned going for exhibition. Because a lot of professors have been working with my agency. They will be calling them for exhibition. They will go for exhibition. Then my agency will be left alone. Yes. Then they will now be going to Japan, going to do things, talking about the things they saw in my own agency. It became their own. See, it's painful. So now we are not going to tell anybody what it is until we are ready. If you are ready, yes. Sir, Chairman, sir, yes. I actually signed off sickle cell medicine to a pharmaceutical company. So I'm talking from point of information, knowledge, and skill. Okay. This my egg. See, you see this size is different. See as this one is double decker. Have you seen egg that is double before? See. See how this one is 1/4 of the big one. We are the ones that know what we need to eat. And support us and see the wonders that come. Thank you. Thank you.
We are very, very poorly funded, which everybody knows. But because we are poorly funded now doesn't mean we cannot look in and find a way around it while still pushing to get the funds. So that is what I am doing now. When I came into the ministry, I've never been in public service before. Yeah. So this is the first time I'm experiencing public office. And I'm handling it as a businessman, which I am. Good. There's a lot of business in science and tech. A lot. If you have money, you can become a billionaire in less than 2 months.
Yes.
And that is where I think government should help us. And not about researching. I don't believe in too much research. What has been researched and what has been found out in researches, when I came into science and tech, I was amazed. I was amazed. If you bring out 2 or 3 of these research items, you can make billions out of it. Billions. This morning alone, I had in audience a Canadian businessman, a South African businessman, a German businessman in my office on an appointment I have been trying to book for the past 1 month. And I had to kick it short because of this meeting. You know? So what I'm saying in effect is that I don't believe in further research. I can only put and ask money for research that we keep up into new researches. If you look at test kits, which has been developed by one of the agencies, and look at even this real man that has been developed by the, and other things, they are very laudable, very commendable. That is why I said, let us implement the ones that have been researched on. My plea with the president has always been, give us money for implementation of these researches. I'm not interested in further research. The people that are still researching can keep on researching, and we can keep on giving them the money for research. But what we need is implementation.
Commercialize it.
Commercializing it. I went to Innovation Center under raw material. I went there 3 days ago. What we have there is amazing. If you pick a machine that makes precipitated carbon carbonate, calcium carbonate, that same machine makes caustic soda. Okay. That's soda ash. The same machine makes it. And that machine, you'll be talking about $200 billion. A man from Canada that came this morning told me that there are 4 countries, 4 in the whole world, that produces soda ash. And he never knew Nigeria produces soda ash. I took him, he went there for inspection. Now, looking at that innovation alone, and these machines were built 100% by our people, by raw materials and other people, because they have a machine for industrial reverse engineering. They did all these things 100% in Nigeria. You know, the man told me that they can make glass, all kind of glasses, firm glasses, small glasses, armored, bulletproof glasses from Nigeria. How would he do it? 70% silica. 70% silica. Silica is found in Nigeria everywhere. Yeah. And then the soda ash, 18%. Then you have your glass. With $200 million, you have it working in less than 1 year. In less than 1 year, it is working. And you recover your money in less than 2 years. What kind of business will be this way? None. If you go to methanol, which is the main thing I'm looking at in this ministry, I'm here to achieve. I'm not here to do researches. I'm here to achieve. If you take methanol, they have everything on methanol in place. Everything. Today, as we speak, my people are signing MOU in China on funding of methanol. We are talking of about $35 billion. We are talking of $35 billion to do a methanol plant. And methanol is the second highest selling product in the whole world after PMS. So why wouldn't we have methanol plant in Nigeria? They have it in Egypt. They have it in Algeria. Why wouldn't we have methanol plant? And we have gas, CNG. Yes. We have natural gas and all these things. Because that's just the feedstock for methanol. You know? So there are too many things to do. Too many things. These are just the small ones I've mentioned. And this methanol we are talking of can change the whole economy. The entire economy. It can reduce the whole stress on our naira. Because by the time you start producing methanol, before even you do the FID, a company will have done the off-take agreement with you. Like my friend has started one in Brass. British Petroleum did an off-take for 10 years. He has not started, and he has not done final investment decision. In 3 weeks, I am going to announce our statement of methanol in this country. With the whole partners in place, the feedstock in place, and everything. We will look for money and we will do it. When are we going to recover the money? Less than 2 years. Methanol we will even recover in 1.5 years, less than 1.5 years. You know? And if you like, so many things follows it. Methanol will give you the lowest footprint, carbon footprint. And you are talking of carbon credit. Carbon credit. Government will earn a lot of carbon credits, a lot of money through using methanol. And we are talking of 2015 Paris Accord on clean energy. You know, if you use methanol in your kitchen, if you use the stove, it will give you smokeless gas. Smokeless, no gas at all. If you use it in your cooker, the same thing. No gas at all. You know? Then, if you want, you can convert methanol. In Israel today, they're using 100% methanol in their cars. Nigeria today is using 50% methanol and 85% PMS. So you can buy the kits. If we have it in place, give me a year. If we have methanol plant in place, a year, the whole Nigerians will be using methanol vehicle. And that is what is called palliative. Because methanol is 70–80% cheaper than PMS. That is the palliative we need in this country. You know? So we're working hard. Everybody is working hard in science and tech. You know, we have been shouting about giving us money, giving us money. We'll keep pursuing for money. We know the National Assembly will help us because it's not going to come from just one person. You know, National Assembly will help us, and we will get there. We'll get money. But what is important to me is government to put money down as a matching grant to have most of these research finding from my agencies. Because, like my brother, the Natural Medicine Agency guy said, he patented. I mean, he sold the patent. If you sell the patent, bring the money. Let us use it to develop, even if it is the Rayman. Buy the machine, do it in commercial quantity. And you have not told us you sold it. You did the deal. You have to remember us so that we can give idea on how this thing can be patented. You know, I mean, on how the machine can be commercialized or the item can be commercialized. You know, the ministry will have very active, you know, very experienced, very intelligent people in the ministry and those heading it too. You know, but we need to change our orientation of always waiting for government. The one we sold on arthritis or sickle cell, you will sell it well. You have to sell it well so that you can develop others in your agency. We don't just sell for the fun of selling. By the time we start selling, and we sell to Canadian, sell to South African, that is coming with the team again in 2 weeks' time, sell to other people, the ministry won't lack money. We will have money to keep developing. We are talking of the country. It's not about us, it's about our people. What do we do to help our people? What do we do to help the country grow? So distinguished Chairman, we sincerely thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And what you have said again that interested me is about, I think one of the chairman agents, the DGs of agency, one of the agencies said that it is very important that we have at least 1% from Nigeria Communication Commission. Because it is through satellite, like you rightly said, which is under our ministry, that whatever they do there is working. So if they give us 1% of what they earn, it's not a bad idea.
To ensure that not even 1%. If you ask for 1%, then we may not get 1%. We ask for 5% or 10%. And then whatever the minister will now defend, however you defend it, while signing the bill, we'll put it in a bill so that it will become a law. So that the minister will defend it when it is going to be assented. If it need be, they will negotiate and change the percentage. If you say 1%, they will say no. So let's look at 5 to 10% for that one particular, and then see. And at the same time, I want Mr. Minister to take up this challenge about Neseni, to see how much Neseni will be given to the ministry and other agencies around from what they're getting. It is the law of this parliament that gave them that 1% from Federation account. So that 1% is not for Neseni. Neseni is just like a platform. So let the other agencies be developed with that money. The purpose of it is to develop science and tech. I think you can take up the case. And I know with the new hope of the president, he will be able to do that and he will understand why it's important to give science and technology that opportunity to be able to develop the country. To this end, I will call on the Vice Chairman to give a closing remark, Honorable Minister. And we have only 2 agencies that did not make submission so far. All the agencies have made submission, which we will study, the committee will go through, and then we will discuss with the agencies. We will give them time, 1 or 2 agencies at a time, discuss the issues there. And thereafter, the committee may pay some visit, some agents, not all, will be selected before the budget, because we want to see what is on ground before we make provision, so that we'll be able to defend it ourselves before the appropriation committee. We won't be able to defend it if you don't know what is on ground. So we look at it in collaboration with the minister. We'll see which one we want to see, and then come and make submission to the appropriation committee for the provision in the 2024 Appropriation Act. Thank you very much for your time and for the coming. We will communicate with the other two agencies, the PAMSEC, maybe be able to facilitate so they make the submission as early as possible.
Science, technology, and innovation is the fulcrum of any growing economy. And we have all had your successes and challenges. I believe we need cohesion to put that to the rest. I will discuss with the Honorable Minister. I believe from now on, such challenges you complain about will no longer be there, because we all know what we are facing in this country: scarcity of funds. When one of the DG was
talking, he said some people take money from research and put in their constituency project. That is not it. But however, I thank you all. I believe we may have reason to call you again. We'll continue to collaborate so that we achieve our desired end.